came up with the idea of let's have a task force to really look at the rich history that Illinois has in terms of the Underground Railroad, both freedom seekers and from those who are involved in the network of Underground Railroad stations. We had our first meeting today. We just kind of exchanged ideas, and it was nice to see that the energy is there all around a singular focus, and that is how do we promote Illinois and the rich history that we have. So to that end, that's what the task force is going to do. And we're going to try to tap into all the talent and all the energy that's out there. One of the things that Senator Doris Turner and I just responded to, we sit right next to each other on the floor, is that once this bill was known, it was filed, all of a sudden we started getting inquiries from all over. Even the doorman at the Senate, I walked in and one day he said, you know, I said, I'd like to be a part of this process because I know a lot about this. I've been studying a certain aspect of it. So there's a lot of energy out there. There's a lot of people who have, uncovered certain aspects. Maybe it's within their own community or their own family. And we want to basically help them tell their story. And so this is an exciting venture. And what the task force hopes to do is deliver a report to the governor, to the General Assembly next year, and have the next phase of this to begin. But this is a long-term, permanent kind of a venture that we're going to pursue.
Every time you talk about Illinois, of course, the first thing that people talk about is Abraham Lincoln and how Abraham Lincoln is connected to just about any and everything that happens in Illinois. And of course, when you talk about the Underground Railroad, he definitely plays a major role in that when you think about the fact that Illinois was the first state to ratify the 13th Amendment on February the 1st, 1865. And so we are coming up on that anniversary, February 1st of 2025, and we will definitely be looking at how that plays into what we're doing with this task force and how we can commemorate that date. It's also interesting because in Springfield, where Abraham Lincoln lived, there are two individuals who are buried here that were significant conductors along the railroad, and one of them actually was killed in the race riot of 1908 that led to the formation of the NAACP. So there's a lot of history that runs through. But one of the things that we were all, when we met this morning, we were all very on one accord with the fact that this was an opportunity to tell the entire story of the Underground Railroad and not just a one-sided story. This is an opportunity to tell the complete and authentic story of the Underground Railroad and Illinois' contribution to this important piece of history. So we will be looking at not only the conductors, but also those freedom fighters that were coming along on the railroads.
Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to keep up to date with news from the caucus. For more information on what the senator is working on, you can follow them on social media using the links in the description below.